welcome back to my channel. This is the week we've all been waiting for. It is bathroom reveal week. First, we're going to go antiquing together, find a few extra things. Then we're going to finish putting the room together. Then I'll show you the reveal. Let's get started. I went to a vintage market and I found some really cute things, so I thought I would show you what I found. So first I spotted these little plates, and I think they're for soap. They're $4 each, and I just love how they are painted, so I thought that'd be cute for the bathroom. And then I saw this cabinet, which I've been wanting something exactly like this. It was kind of expensive, and there was also a house-shaped version, which is very fun. I also really liked this house painting. I didn't get it. This was $58, and I still regret it. In the back had like the house that it was like, this is Great Aunt Mary's house. I thought that was very charming. I saw this little sign, and I share a bathroom with a 9-year-old boy, so I thought that was applicable. I also got this little it says mustard on it, mustard jar, so I grabbed that. And then my husband hung the cabinet for me, which I got. This was a birthday present to myself, and we started doing other things like hanging the towel rod. I wasn't positive where to put it. I kind of thought like centered on this wall, but then it's like you always want it as close as possible to the bathtub, so that's what we ended up doing. So here's him measuring so that we can get that on, and he got that in place. And then the bathroom sink, we had a silver like drain, and it drove me nuts. So IKEA, their brass faucet finally came back in stock, so I bought the whole thing. It was like 80 bucks, 80, 90 bucks, all so that I can have a brass part so it matches my whole bathroom. And then I was having some problems with wallpaper bubbles, and so what I ended up having to do was just pull the wallpaper off where I had bubbles, and then brush on some of the wallpaper adhesive and smooth it down again. And honestly, this was kind of annoying. At first I just tried to fix it by like putting a brush in with some adhesive on it, but it didn't work. But pulling it up, smoothing it out was a permanent solution, and I'm really happy because the bubbles were bugging me there. I actually have bubbles in 2 other places, so maybe I need to go back and fix them as well. If they bug me, I'll do it. It's a little annoying to do this, and it's also nerve-wracking because you don't want to ruin your wallpaper. When I was putting up the wallpaper, I made some mistakes. I was like not in the best state of mind to be wallpapering. So what I've decided to do was I designed some scallop wallpaper on spoon flour, and then I am just cutting out each piece, and we're making our own DIY wallpaper border. And I did pill and stick wallpaper. It went up so fast. Cutting it was annoying, but once it went up, it was very like instant gratification. So I think this is great. Also, this is more cleanable than the rest of the wallpaper, so I think that's a really nice part of it too. And then I decided I don't like how these window curtains came out, so I re-sewed them. I did it 2 times the width as the window. Now that you can see what I've been up to this past week of finishing up the bathroom, I thought we could see some before pictures and finally the reveal. so proud of how this bathroom came together. I'm honestly also just relieved that it's done and I can show you in all of its glory. I kind of wanted to talk about the problems that we solved in this room, because if you're not solving problems with a renovation, what are you doing? So the first thing is we had a leak in this room, and like when it would rain outside, it would rain inside. It was not good. So we had a roofer come and fix some things, and so now we don't get water in the bathroom, so that's a big deal. Since this is an old house and the bathroom was added on after the house was built, the plumbing in here was a little strange, and you could see a cast iron pipe in the middle of the room, which I did not love to see, but we ended up putting that inside the wall. We had to bring the wall out a little bit to bury it in the wall, and now the plumbing is hidden, which is a huge relief. The vanity was too small for this space, and so there was like a 6-inch gap on the left-hand side, and also it was on legs, so that whole situation, it was always messy, a pain to clean up, and now we have a vanity that perfectly fits, and we closed in the bottom so that what you see is beautiful scallops instead of like my hair. And then over the old tile, I put down pill and stick tile, and for 5 years it did great. And only like a month before we started doing the renovation, it started coming up. So it was nice to replace those floors because, as we all know, the new floors are much better than pill and stick flooring. I also thought I would talk to you about some of my favorite things in the room. The flooring is honestly my hands down most favorite thing. I think the mosaic is really beautiful. I spent forever looking to find this one that was like pastel enough and the vibes I wanted, and I just love it. It kind of feels like a big rug in the room, and as we layered more and more things on, it felt so dynamic and interesting and historic. I love it. The storage is also a really big deal in here. Before we just had cabinets with doors, and I can't tell you how much drawers make a difference. When you can pull it open, you can see everything you have, and it's just so much easier to stay organized. And I bought specific organizational tools for this bathroom, so that was nice because now I feel like everything has a place, and I've been very intentional about that. And I really just love the overall vibe in this room. It's really like traditional, but with quirky and whimsical in there with pastel colors, and I really like it. It's not too traditional where you're like, this feels like I walked into an old house, because of the silly little things I also added in. Like the wallpaper is not too serious, neither is the chandelier, and I think those items keep everything else that is like a big look and very serious. It juxtaposes those items, and so it's just like feels more interesting that there's some like very traditional, more fancy items, and then like fun little kind of kitschy things. I love it. My mom got me the brass swan planters at the back of the bathtub, and I think they're so fun. I put pothos plants in them, so hopefully they'll like get big and drape over the side, and they'll like the humidity in the bathroom. We replaced the bathtub, and I went with a cast iron option that is painted this like minty color, and I just love that with the brass feet. Mwah! Delicious, beautiful. The wallpaper turned out really cool, and I love the wallpaper border. I just think that it adds just like a little bit of a fun touch. The bathroom used to have some scallop trim, and this is a callback to it, but in a more elevated way because it's actually wallpaper and not painted on. And I really love the French doors we did in here. I replaced the curtains and just made them like twice as big as the old ones were, and they look much better. And I just like that you can open both doors and you can look into the room, and it feels like very exciting and expensive to like open 2 doors and be like, ooh la la, here's the view. Anyway, I could obviously go on forever about this room. I'm very happy with it. I'm very proud of it. I did my very best to take the exact same footprint we had before and make it as special as I possibly could. So you keep it in budget by keeping the same footprint, not extending it, not moving anything. But then you can add things like the alcove in the tub, like the drapes that swag really beautifully, and it all feels interesting and beautiful, and that's just what I was going for. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Tell me your favorite thing. I would just be thrilled to be able to read it. We've been working on this room since January, and it's kind of a relief to have it done. So let me know what you think in the comments. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already, please subscribe.